On to Mr. Gosar for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Governor Nome. Good seeing you
Good to
again.
see you again.
And Governor Gordon, I am the lost sheep from Wyoming, so the oldest brother. So first, got to start with the comments from my colleague from New Mexico. She misspeaks. She said it won't. This rule will not stop oil and gas leases. It won't change a thing. Well, tell that to the Navajo Latis who saw their livelihoods and financial well-being dragged from them from one of their own indigenous Secretary of State, a Secretary of Interior. Once again, magnifying the old adage, I'm here from the federal government, I'm here to help. Run, Forrest, run. Now, I want to get back to this from a little different tact. You're very aware of the equal footing clause, I might ask, and the multiple use doctrine. And so yesterday, in a committee hearing on oversight, we had just the craziest hearing. And we had an individual talking about mercury toxicity. And little did she know that the number one adage for mercury toxicity is catastrophic wildfires. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. It shows that this dog chases its tail round and round and round and round we go and never catches it. So we're looking at those aspects and primacy. So let's get back to Arizona. Arizona is a very unique state because we were rejected by statehood the first time. And the president at that time, President Taft, who was the only president to go on to serve at the Supreme Court, actually forced the federal doctrine on Arizona. But he also said that the commitment was the multiple use doctrine would be very advantageous, not only for the state of Arizona, but for the federal government in utilizing it. Now, we may not have as much gas and energy that you guys have, but we're loaded with minerals. We're loaded. So, this is a further attempt to victimize the West, not to empower them. But I keep coming back to that equal footing clause that states that what eastern states got, we were entitled to without this federal doctrine. I'm going to ask you, if we were to return that equal footing clause to primacy, how would that affect your states and how would they run more efficiently? Governor Nome, we'll go with you first.
Well, it'd be a game changer for us specifically. It would right the ship and give us an opportunity to at least be treated in a manner which gave us equal opportunity to succeed. It's not the federal government's job to come in and make sure that we succeed or to put their thumb on the scales, but to give us an opportunity to at least produce and succeed as every other state gets the opportunity to.
Gordon.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Congressman, I knew your dad. I know many of your siblings, and I know your county.
Don't hold it against me.
I won't. I know your county very well, and the example you give in Sublet, where you were raised, is absolutely critical. As you know, former Commissioner Joel Bausman has worked on trying to get primacy for that area, which has national forest, has BLM, has federal leasing involved, and it would be, to the good governor of South Dakota's comment, a game changer. Really, states know how to do this. We have done it better than anyone else on sage grouse habitat in your very, your home county, Sublet, and it really is thanks to state government, not the federal government, that we got a recipe that protects the wildlife, allows for energy development, and makes sure that the communities of Pinedale, Big Piney, and others have families that can live there and make a reasonable living.
Yeah. So I'm one of these people that gets tired of playing defensive politics. And so I'm going to highlight a program called SNFLMA, the Southern Nevada Land Exchange Project. It was by the late Harry Reid. And what he found was that Las Vegas was surrounded by BLM. He couldn't grow anymore. So what he dug up is that he found in the inventory of federal laws that the government had to get rid of land they had no use for, or it didn't have a direct aspect for. And voila, Vegas grew. BLM sold land right and left. Maybe we ought to be looking at that law. If it was good enough for Harry Reid, it should be good enough for us as states and the supremacy of the state over its jurisdiction. Mr. Chairman, I yield back and I thank the witnesses for attending today.
Gentleman yields back. The chair now recognizes the gentlelady from Puerto Rico, Ms. Gonzalez Colon.